Initially, yes. Like I was telling myself, come back as quick as possible, and it just didn't turn out that way.
When did you start to feel like yourself?
After I started working on my basketball jump shot a few times, you know what I'm saying?
Who would talk about that?
I started feeling like myself probably just this week. Anytime I start feeling like myself, that's when I feel like I'm ready to go, you know what I mean? And I'm not the type to not push through pain. I'm gonna still push through pain, you know what I'm saying? This ain't nothing to me. I've been far through way worse, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like this week I've been feeling like myself more.
What's the dynamic like when you have two quarterbacks who are both playing well, and you develop chemistry with one, and then all of a sudden potentially have somebody else that you have to develop?
I think it just goes to show that we got two good quarterbacks on this team, two good leaders, and I feel comfortable with either of those two guys out there. You know what I mean? And I'm happy to see Brock, back and healthy, just the same with me, and it's gonna be good to have him back out there for sure. Both the guys are dynamic; they can go. So yeah, it's good to have two guys like that.
You said you're used to pushing through pain. That make that even harder for you to be patient and wait to get back out there?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like I don't really got too good of patience, if I'm being honest. So I always want to get out there the next day. My mindset was just each and every day, just feel it out and see if you can go, So I was waking up every single day thinking I was actually going to go that day. So I think that was just my mindset. But when you play a physical game like this, you're always going to have knickknacks and pains and stuff like that you got to push through, But when it's your knee, it's kind of a different deal, you know what I'm saying? You got to be smart for sure, but at the same time still be able to, go out there and push, So.
Ricky, you went through college almost never missing a game. So I imagine this early part of your career has been a little frustrating.
Yeah.
Not used to.
Yeah, for sure.
How do you sort of bounce back from that mentally?
For sure. I think it's it's easier the more I get deeper into my career, the more mature I get as far as having that same mindset, being mentally strong. But this is my first ever real football injury. You know what I mean? Like, yes, I've had a hamstring shoulder, but it's never keeping me out of the game. You know what I'm saying? It's in the off season, so yes, you're gonna obviously be more careful in the off season. But as far as injuries that kept me away from football, I never had one in college. It's my first one in the NFL. The first one I don't even count. You know what I'm saying? I'm out of my business that day. But it just turned out that way. So yeah.
Ricky, how was it to get over it emotionally and mentally?
Yeah.
That was your first time.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like whenever you have an injury, whenever you have a nick in the road like that, it's gonna be tough mentally. But my dad always raised me to be mentally strong. I got guys around me like George right here to keep me upbeat and have a positive mindset, and so it just makes it that much easier. Just coming here with a good mindset, be positive each day, just that much easier having good guys.
Your expectation is that you'll play on Sunday? Is that where your head's at?
You gotta ask Kyle that one. You gotta ask Kyle that one.
That's good.
You really mixed it and wanted to come back, but they kind of had to talk to you about easing into it and not rushing back.
I wouldn't say so, honestly. If I'm being completely honest, I didn't feel ready at any of those weeks. If I'm being honest, I was having pain, and I was trying to get to the point where I could push through it, and I feel like I can't now. So it was a process, man, and that was just my mindset.
Have you ever had an injury like this one before?
No, I've never had an injury with my knees at all. No.
Another battle with Buda Baker. Are you excited about that?
Always. Buda's played at incredibly high levels his entire career. And they just do so much fun stuff with him. Their nickel 5 stuff, how he just he'll randomly play Mike, he'll randomly play different linebacker positions from the safety position. There's not really anyone in the league like Buda. He's definitely, we have to have our antennas up for him because he's such a good player and all the things that he does. But I always do enjoy going against him. Yes and no. There's games where we have a conversation throughout the entire game, and there's games that we don't say a word to each other until afterwards. And I don't know if there's any intent or anything. It's just how the game rolls sometimes.
George, you mentioned the other day you think quarterback and tight end are the toughest positions in this offense based on the volume of what you have to do. And then you said Christian also,
yes,
which is an exception. What is it like watching Christian take on that workload, and how does he manage all that is asked of him at that position?
Just seeing how our offense has evolved since getting Christian, and the things that we've done here in the last 3 years that we never did, just because of the ability of Christian and what he can do in the pass game. It's pretty incredible. Just seeing the evolution of our offense has been really cool, and the fact that Shanahan challenges him to do all these crazy routes, and then he just kind of loves doing it, and he works really hard at it, studies, and he's always ready for those moments. It just allows your offense to be way more open and attack defenses in ways that they never get attacked.
Have you ever had a moment where you've seen him either in practice or in a game run a route or something, and you're like, what is he doing? Like, this is kind of crazy because it is kind of unique.
He had a couple great catches today on the sidelines of toe drag swags, I would say, which were really, really impressive. So hopefully we get those plays called so he can show off on Sunday.
Just talk to Ricky about this, about the dynamic where you have
That guy?
Yeah, that guy right over there.
Nice.
Not one, but two good quarterbacks. You know, you develop chemistry with someone, and then you have to do it with someone else. What's that dynamic like for you?
Well, the good news is I've played with Brock for several years now, and won a lot of football games. Caught a lot of passes from him, so I think and I spent an entire offseason with him. So I think that will get going pretty fast, and I feel like me and Mac just started rolling. So I'm just happy that we have two very talented quarterbacks that can both sling the ball, and just looking forward to playing with Brock again though, because I thoroughly enjoyed just his energy and his leadership out there. So just looking forward to playing with him again.
Kyle said 4 straight weeks that Brian Robinson is his best game.
He told me that yesterday. That's crazy. Say that again?
The power element of his running.
Are you saying that Christian's not powerful? Interesting. Your words. Okay. Your words. I'll tell Christian. Just when you have a back that on tape, just is truck sticking people, it definitely, the defense is alert for it, and then they're thinking about something differently. And it's always fun. I love seeing guys run over people because it just kind of sets the tone for the entire offense, gets the boys going, brings energy, brings the juice. I love it when we have multiple running backs who can run downhill, make big plays, because it just kind of eases the load on everybody else.
Trey McBride.
Yeah.
You get to know him a little bit over the tight end university last 2 summers.
Yeah. Trey's awesome. He got paid because he's a hell of a football player. He does everything they need him to do in Arizona. He gets 8 to 14 targets a game, and he deserves all those targets. He is in my opinion, the focal point of that offense. When he's clicking and they're feeding the ball, he's getting the first downs, he's bringing the juice. He's a hell of a football player. So yes, but we've gotten to know each other. Thoroughly enjoy him.